Here with Garrett Lutt after Underwood wins the state title. Garrett, how we feeling, man?
This is the best feeling ever. I thought yesterday was good, and this is something else. You know, to be able to win a state championship, I've never done it, and this is the best feeling ever.
I remember talking to you this time last year, and then after state football as well. And I mean, you were about as down as you could be. To be on the other side of it, I mean, how awesome is that?
That makes it even better. You know, last year we had a rough ending. Didn't end the way we wanted, but we came back. We worked our butts off all year, and ended up getting back here and ended up winning it.
This looked like a group today that was just locked in. I mean, speak to where the focus was coming in today.
All the focus was on taking it one pitch at a time and just, letting the baseball gods do their magic. All we had to do was make plays, take one inning at a time, and we found some holes, and we ended up winning.
Offensively, up and down the lineup, it seemed like almost everybody stepped up in some way, shape, or form. I know you're kind of the leader of that most days. Speak to the offense, what you guys did.
The offense did great today. We came in, we knew this guy. I think he had like 100-some strikeouts, and he's one of the best pitchers in 2A for sure. And we were able to scrap some runs across. I think we got 5 there. To be able to do that against a kid like that, no better feeling.
Kind of a wild way to end it with the double play. I mean, from your vantage point, obviously you were a big part of that. Take us through it.
So I saw Jack, he scooped it. He didn't catch it for sure. And I saw the kid, he was still at first. So I was like 2, and then I caught it. And then I saw the kid behind me, and he came off the bag, so I tagged him. And then I threw my glove in the air.
I mean, it all happened so fast. I mean, you're kind of, you've got Jack and Mason. You're a few years younger than them, but you've looked up to them, I imagine, over the years. To share this with them, what does that mean?
This is the best group of seniors. They're absolutely my best friends. Every single one of them. Not only the kids on the baseball team, but all the other seniors. I love all those guys. Those are my best friends.
Garrett, congrats.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jack Van Fossen after Underwood wins the state title. Jack, man, I can only imagine where the emotions are. How are we feeling right now?
Amazing. I mean, after yesterday, I never thought I'd be on the mound ever again after that performance. But, I had a whole different game today, and it really paid off.
I think it's safe to say you would like yesterday back on the mound.
Yep.
How did you – I mean, some people – that could have really kind of, shot them down going into today, but you knew you were getting the baseball. How did you regroup? How did you have to get yourself ready to go today?
I definitely think it would have shot me down like most people, but this team, they really brought me up. I love these guys. They really supported me before the game. They knew I had some nerves, and they were right there to help me through it. They told me to calm down, trust my arm, and I mean, hats off to them. They were the reason why I threw as good as I did today.
Being a competitor, was some of it too just like really, really mad and kind of disappointed in yourself?
Yeah, I'd say so. That's not really how I wanted people to see me yesterday, especially on the mound and then that play out in right field. That's really not how I wanted to see. So I wanted to show them that I'm still a good baseball player, and then in the state championship after last year, this is a good spot to show that.
Been a heck of a day on the mound for you. I mean, you throw like 5 2/3 of no-hit action. What were you seeing? What were you doing?
I was just trying to locate the fastball outside. The spinner has not been quite as good this year, so I was kind of trying to get as many of those strikes as I could on the outside corner, and then eventually they started swinging at the outside, and then I started working my way up, and they're starting to get some routine fly balls from that.
This is a group, you and Mason and Gus and Luke and I mean a lot of others as well, have played together for a long time. Mm-hmm. To do this with this group, what does that mean?
It means everything. We have been together for a long time. I'd say probably 10 years, if around there, and I mean, this has always been a dream of ours. Ever since we were playing in the Wibble League, we'd always imagine, we're going to be in high school and we're going to be at a state championship. And last year we got there, but we didn't get the job done. So to do it this year, there's just no words to describe it.
And you get to do it with your dad as the coach too. How cool is that?
That's incredible. We kind of had a little look back. There was a post about 8 years ago where I was at a little tournament, and he was right there, and I think we won a USSSA tournament, and then now it's the state championship for high school. So I mean, it's incredible.
Jack, congrats.
Thank you.
All right, here with Gus Bayshore after Underwood wins the state title. Gus, you go out as a state champion, man. How does that sound? How does that feel?
I mean, today, last day at the Underwood Eagle, I couldn't be happier. It's just a great feeling.
Compare and contrast the feeling of, from this time a year ago to where we are now.
I mean, yeah, definitely a sour taste in our mouth exactly a year ago today. So just to pick it up today, finish what we put out there yesterday, feelings are unbelievable right now.
really felt like yesterday and then today, this was a group that you could tell was senior heavy and didn't want to be done and was focused. Speak to that. And was that kind of the case with you guys today?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely a very rough inning to start off the Chariton game, but I mean, we knew that we're a good group of ball players and we can come back from any deficit. We put our heads down from then on, and until today, you know, we just kept working and putting the ball in play, playing defense, throwing strikes, and that was our key for the tournament.
Offensively, you put everybody on the board early on, and you had a good day across the board offensively. What were you seeing? What were you doing?
I mean, I know that lefty was going to throw a lot of off speed, a lot of fastballs too. So I was sitting on the off speed. I took a few for a strike, but once I got the fastball, inner third of the play, I was able to pull it for the RBI.
Jack wheels and deals for pretty much 6 innings. Then you have to come in and close the door. I mean, how were you feeling about that? And, you know, where were the nerves? How did you try to handle it?
Yeah, definitely coming in. Nerves are high, but taking deep breaths, that really helped me out there. Just going behind the mound, taking a deep breath. Took that out of Garrett Lutz's book, so just that would help me a lot. And then knowing I have the defense behind me to make plays is such a big help.
Does it feel as sweet as you thought it would?
Absolutely. This is amazing.
Well, hey, Gus, congrats.
Thank you.
Underwood's Mason Booth, the state champion. Mason, I can only imagine how this feels, but I got to ask, how does it feel, man?
Amazing. There's no words to describe it. Best feeling ever. We've been practicing for this our whole lives. I mean, there's just no words.
The last couple days, it really felt like this was a group that you could tell was seniors, you could tell was motivated. Was that the case?
Yes. Like I said yesterday afterwards, we were not ready to be done. We had to scrap yesterday, and I mean, you could tell today was a completely different day, and we came out more relaxed, ready to go and win the state title. I mean, I just have no words right now.
You know, getting that experience last year, how different was it today playing in a state championship game, having been there as opposed to last year? Was it different at all?
Yeah, it was. I think it was very important for us to get there last year. Last year there was definitely some plays that you could tell it was our first time. Like just airs, bobbles, getting nervous in the box and stuff. But this year we came, we were more prepared and ready for the big moment.
Talk about the bats today. It took a while to get going, but once you guys got going, there really wasn't any stopping you.
Yeah, we knew they were going to have their ace coming into the game, and he's going to be able to throw his full 110. We were just trying to work the count and get one run at a time, but I mean, it was 0-0 for I think 4 or 5 innings. So I mean, just to push that one run across in that inning, and then to get some insurance runs there at the end was really, really big.
I mean, you've been really close in just about every sport imaginable to win a state title. Does it feel as good as you thought it would?
Yes, it does. I mean, we made a lot of school history this year. We had a really good senior class, but we had really, really good classes underneath us too. I mean, we made it to state in every major sport that I played in. So, I mean, it feels amazing to finally win one.
Yeah, you mentioned yesterday that, I mean, you guys have made a lot of history and you wanted to make more. To do that, what does that mean?
And it really means a lot to get our names etched in the history books. There's no greater feeling.
Congrats, Mason.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. I mean, they did it.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about it?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, 24 hours, you know, you're thinking, oh my gosh, are we done? And then, you know, I don't even know what the score was or when it was 0-0. It seemed like it was like that forever. And, you know, it's like normal. You kind of get a little tense, and we were able to scratch a couple across. And, you know, baseball's a funny thing, you know, and Jack came out and was awful yesterday. I mean, he was bad. And, you know, told him this morning, I'm like, okay, you got to go. Mason came in last night, lights out, got us to this point. I told him, like, you got to, you know, I said, whatever happens, I said, I love you, and just go do your thing. And he did his thing. A couple hits and 5 2/3 or whatever it was, a no-hit ball. And I'm so proud of all of them. I mean, Gus Bayshore comes in a situation that he hasn't been in ever. And I mean, just how he's grown emotionally, you know, in the past 3 years. I mean, if we put him as a freshman, sophomore like that, it doesn't happen. He'll implode. But the success that he's had and the strides that he's made mentally put him in a situation where he was able to throw strikes. And, you know, he had some hard hit balls. You know, it really hasn't sunk in yet. I guess we'll see how that is after a bit.
It really felt like from, say, like the 5th inning yesterday through today, this just looked like a group that was focused and determined. But you know them better than anybody. Speak to that. Was that the case?
I think so. I mean, I did tell them, after yesterday, I was like, we came in a little bit different, and I always think it's a little bit different when, like, a Final Four in basketball. Okay, we've got there. Okay, now what? And it's the elephant in the room. Everybody, okay, well, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, and so on. But then whenever it happens, like today, it's like, okay, we're playing with house money. I mean, we've got one guy that can go that's had a lot of innings. We've got guys that have done some time, not jail time, but time, and we're just like, let's go see what happens. And it's one of those things too where you just it's nice. I think this is the way in football, basketball, whatever. It's nice when you have coaches in general are truly happy for each other. I look for stuff for New Hampton. Coach McDonald's a great guy. I mean, he's a great man. There was a lot of people like, you know what, I think so much of him, I don't want to do anything. I'm like, hey, I completely get it. But it's a coaching fraternity that allows you to be ready for games like this, and that was something that Sheridan was ready for us. These guys were ready for us, and it's unbelievable. It truly is.
You mentioned, Jack yesterday did not go the way he wanted it to, and then he comes out today, and I mean, maybe his best performance. Obviously as a dad, I imagine that feels awesome. As a coach, to see him turn around like that, how big was that?
It was huge. I mean, Coach Bloom and I talked before the game. We're like, if we can get him through 4, then we can piece together, maybe Gus for 2 and Riker for 1 or whatever the case may be. But he threw, after that first couple batters, he threw strikes, and they put the ball in play. And the way the game is today at the high school level with pitch count, I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to throw it down the middle and let them hit it, and they were able to do that and kept the pitch count down. And like I said, he didn't take it with him from yesterday, and he'll be the first to tell you that these guys, every single one of them, picked him up yesterday and backed him up again today, and that's what a team is.
And how about the offense today? I think everybody got on at least once, and when you guys were able to blow it open, it seemed like it was a bunch of different guys stepping up.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That was nice to see, obviously, in this situation, because there's been games this year where we've been top heavy. There's been games this year where we've been bottom heavy. But as far as having 1 through 9, to your point, wasn't something that we've necessarily been able to do this year, and we picked a hell of a time to do it. So just very proud of them. 1 through 9, actually all of them, all the boys, the bench mob, as they call themselves, were fired up and keeping everybody going. So true team effort in 100%.
You go back to this time last year, you guys are right there with the same group, and naturally you come into the year and there's the expectation, right? But it's not given. You have to work through it for this group, and I know it's a special group too, for them to do it. I mean, what does that mean?
It's, like we've talked about before, we met at our first open gym, and we just said, we will not, we're not going to talk about it. We're just not going to talk about any of this. And we didn't. We didn't talk about winning a conference. We didn't talk about winning, anything like this. And that was something, I think, it's an elephant in the room. I mean, people know. But just to have them, I got a really nice letter from Coach McDonald saying that same thing. We had, the bullseye on our back all year. We did. And in order to pull this off, I mean, again, I can't speak highly enough of the boys' character, their families, the group that they are. It's very, very special.
Congrats, Coach.
I appreciate it, Trevor. Thanks for everything.